I was recently asked by a fan how I afford to travel so much and so often and still save money. And it's true. I've been lucky enough to travel to over 60 countries, and I've learned a lot about traveling the world on a budget along the way. So, in this video, I want to share with you some of my top tips and tricks that have helped me travel the world without breaking the bank. Tip number 1 is to use credit card points and miles to your advantage. Many credit cards offer points or miles that can be redeemed for free flights, hotels, or rental cars. By using these rewards programs, you can significantly reduce the cost of your travels. For example, I was able to book a flight from New York to London for only 20,000 points. That's less than the cost of a cup of coffee. There are tons of credit card rewards programs out there, and it can be hard to keep track of them all. But luckily, there are websites and apps that do the hard work for you. They allow you to search for the best rewards programs based on your spending habits and travel plans. Tip number 2 is to travel during the off-season. If you're flexible with your travel dates, consider visiting destinations during their off-season. You can usually find cheaper flights and accommodation during these times, as well as avoid the crowds. For example, I recently traveled to Cancun, and the average temperature in January is a balmy 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Plus, it's considered the low season, so prices are at their cheapest. When I was there, I could get a beachfront hotel room for less than $50 a night. Traveling during the off-season also means you'll experience a destination like the locals do. I found that the beaches were just as beautiful and the weather was just as sunny as during peak season. And I didn't have to deal with the crowds of tourists. Tip number 3 is to take advantage of free activities. Many cities offer a variety of free activities such as walking tours, museum days, or outdoor concerts. These are great ways to experience a destination without spending a lot of money. For example, when I visited Paris, I took advantage of the city's free walking tours. These tours are offered year-round and are a great way to see the city's most iconic landmarks. The tour guides are usually very knowledgeable and passionate about the history of Paris, and they will share interesting stories and facts that you wouldn't have learned on your own. Number 4 is to cook your own meals. If you're staying in a place with a kitchen, consider cooking your own meals. This can be a great way to save money and also experience the local cuisine. For example, when I was traveling through Southeast Asia, I would buy fresh fruit and vegetables from the local markets and cook my own meals. Not only was this a great way to save money, but I also got to experience the local cuisine in a whole new way. Cooking your own meals while traveling can be a fun and rewarding experience. It allows you to connect with the local culture in a deeper way and enjoy the fruits of your labor after a long day of exploring. Plus, it's a great way to save money so you can spend more on the things that matter most to you while traveling. My next tip is to look for discounts. Many attractions offer discounts for students, seniors, or members of the military. Be sure to inquire about any discounts that may be available to you before you travel. You can also look for discounts online or through your hotel concierge. Next up is to travel with a purpose. If you have a specific goal in mind for your travels, such as learning a new language or volunteering, you'll be more likely to stick to a budget. For example, when I traveled to Guatemala, I was determined to learn Spanish. I set a daily budget for myself, and I only spent money on activities that would help me improve my language skills. And finally, my last tip is to simply ask the locals. The people who live in a destination know the best places to visit and eat for cheap. Don't be afraid to strike up conversations with the locals and ask for their recommendations. You may be surprised at what you find. When I was traveling through India, I met a local who took me to a hole-in-the-wall restaurant that served amazing food for only a few dollars. Traveling the world doesn't have to be expensive. With a little planning and creativity, you can explore the world on a budget. Use these tips and tricks to make the most of your travel experience without breaking the bank. Thanks for watching, and I hope you're able to use these tips to travel the world on a budget. Safe and fun travels.